There's sometimes in our life where we go through stuff we cannot explain and we do not understand why this happens. For example, you lost somebody, or you lost an opportunity, or a job you worked so hard for. So many crazy stuff can happen, and you ask the question why. Well, I asked this question very recently, and the Holy Spirit, pointed to me this answer. You see, when God was about to send Moses, he told Moses, "Go and do this," and Moses said, "Well, Lord, I have, speech thingy," and the Lord said to Moses, "Who created the blind man? The deaf, the seeing, the dumb? Is it not I, God?" And in that moment, the Holy Spirit, brought something up to me. You see, it really does not make sense that some people are visually impaired. I mean, why wouldn't they just have their eyes, or why wouldn't they just hear? Like, why is it so much of a problem? It makes no sense. And these situations too make no sense in the same light. Well, is God not aware? Well, He is. Um, doesn't He know? Is He not concerned? Well, He is. And will it ever make sense? Someday it will make sense. Why what you're going through it, or why certain things have happened. And because God is aware. And if we trust that, God has a plan, just the way He told Moses, "Am I not the one who did this? Do you think I've made a mistake?" No matter how crazy it sounds, or no matter how weird it may seem that God is aware and that you're suffering and He doesn't want to do anything about it, one day it's going to make sense to you why you have to go through this experience. And until then, I think you should keep trusting and hoping in God, because when it makes sense to you, you do not want to, be like some children of Israel who, within 40 years, they're like, "Oh, I'll marry when I get to the promised land. Oh, I'll do this when I get to," and because it was his 40 days, it ended up being 40 years, and I mean, they're old to marry. So why waiting for things to make sense? Keep living, keep going on, keep, trying and trying and trying. Because when you try, you say to God, "I trust you." When you try, you say to God that, "I know you're in control, and I know that you cut me. This is why I'm trying." And so if you're going through stuff that does not make sense, leave it aside, okay? God is aware of it. Look around you and find something else that you can use to engage yourself. Find something else that is working for you and stick to this. And I know that God will surely, reveal Himself to you, just like He did me. I have things that I do not understand, Lord. With this message, I find it easier to just continue and to understand that, well, God is in control. We can fight Him, we can beat Him, but we can align with His process, and we can trust the process. Thank you, and God bless you.